Hey, I think we're recording again. Is this thing on? What's up, man?
Do you just cut me off?
No, I just transitioned the conversation.
You know what grinds my gears?
To something that'd be more useful for our listeners than talking about baristas.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it at all. I got my coffee, and we're going to have a little chat. Welcome to Products of Circumstance, everyone. I'm Fenton Joseph. This is Ken Skeen, and this is the podcast where we talk about mental health and mindset matters through the lens of Black men. The show is unscripted, unfiltered, and mostly unedited. Only Ken knows what we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about what we always talk about. We're two best friends who talk about our personal issues and our personal journeys. You know, we've been through some things, and we've been able to figure some things out emotionally and how to navigate the world. So we talk about it, and hopefully, you know, you all can get something from that along your own personal development journey. To that end, please like, subscribe, and share with somebody who's on their journey, and hopefully we can help them out. That being said,
before I start, I will apologize. I do have a cough. One of the kids brought something home from school because, you know, God forbid. It
wasn't homework.
God forbid, you know, our kids get to stay home from school sick anymore. They have to be sent in even when they're sick. It is what it is, but I do have a cough. I'm a little stuffy. I'm still here recording. Although I'd rather be curled up on the couch right now.
In about 15 minutes, you can curl up.
That being said.
Whatever you want.
That being said. All right, so when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I'll repeat that. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. All right, what does that mean?
No alcohol.
We say, you know, you hear Fenton and I always talk about mindset, right? Mindset matters, mental health. So if you look at the positive, you'll get the positive. If you look at the negative, that's what you see, you'll get the negative. So that's what I'm talking about here. And right before we got on, we were discussing about one of the, I say kid, anyone who's a year younger than me is a kid, but this young man that a little whippersnapper, that I mentored for quite some time now, actually. Gave me a call, you know, he had recently was laid off and looking at going on interviews, and the place he was happening to interview at, I knew someone that knew the person that was going to sit down with him. So yada, yada, yada. Not that he couldn't do it on his own. Very bright young man, that is. But it's always good to have some help. All right. It's my dad says a very nice saying that I don't know where he got it from. He probably got it from somewhere that, you know, one of his mentors, but he says it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Because I could say all day I know, you know, Barack Obama.
Right.
But does he know who I am? I can say all day I know Jay. I know Jay-Z. Like I know Jay-Z and Beyonce. They don't know who the hell I am.
I don't know who Ken Skeen is.
So it's not who you know, it's who knows you. But let's get back to the topic at hand, which is the way you look at things. How's your coffee going there?
Hot.
I go with the iced coffee myself.
You know, I got no punchline. Just
positive mindsets. So Fenton, like, I guess in your journey that you're on right now, because there's different chapters in your own book of life.
Sure.
What's something that maybe you looked at and you had to change your dynamic of, all right, you know what, it's going to be okay. And if I keep looking at the positive will reflect back to me.
I think the biggest shift was probably criticism. You know, I'm so used to doing a great job at everything that I do that after a while, you know, if somebody says, oh, well, I don't like this, it's like, what do you mean? Like, you're supposed to love everything that I do. I'm God's gift to the website world. And for me, I found that, you know, taking in criticism, changing the way that I see it and looking at it as feedback from somebody who wants better, right? So if I'm supposed to be the best and I give somebody something and they say, well, it's not the best, it could be better, I have to get out of my offense, get out of my flesh, get out of my ego and say, all right, let me look at what they're saying. Well, is it true? Is it accurate? Is there validity to it? And how can I improve with that feedback? So obviously the website thing is, that's not even, I was just making that up as an example because my websites are all perfect. But in other things in life, I've learned that maybe how I deal with people, as friendly a person as I am, I really, I don't have problems with anybody. I will say though that I am not always the right messenger to send because my style of communication is super direct, like really direct. I do not mince words. And so what happens sometimes is that I'll say something and it'll be taken somehow the wrong way, even though I mean what I say literally and say what I mean. It'll be taken like the tone, will be taken the wrong way because I'm not emotional about basically anything. I'm very just matter of fact. It's sometimes people they want some nuance. They want to see the empathy. They want to feel, what I'm saying, that you're on their level and, and understand where they're at and yada, yada, yada. Stuff that I genuinely could care less about and don't have time for. But in dealing with people, I've gotten feedback. Like, hey, Fenton, you know what? The way you said that, like, that wasn't cool. Or you could have maybe couched it this way. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, all this had to say, I went from being like, nah, y'all are all wrong. You just need to man up, get thicker skin, you bunch of sissies, to oh, okay. No, I understand your perspective. I see how I could improve my communication style so that when I say things to people, it'll be received better.
Mm.
Because ultimately, all I want when I'm saying something is for somebody to receive it in the same spirit in which it was given. I meant you no harm. I was trying to say something to help you, or I was giving you feedback, or I made a demand or a request, and I just want what I'm saying to land. So once I got out of my own way and started looking at the criticisms and the constructive feedback as an opportunity to improve my communication style, I just got better at talking to people. And trust me, bro, I ain't done. I still have a lot of
So
work.
instead of like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm right.
I'm saying I'm not gonna agree with you because then we both be wrong, and that doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
That's that's something that I actually say to people a lot because
if I agree with you, that means we're both wrong. I'm gonna use that.
Why would I agree with
I'm
you?
gonna.
We
Where's
both
my
be wrong.
journal at?
We're both just gonna be
I'm
sitting
gonna.
here wrong.
Wow. Yo, next time I see my pops, yo, I'm gonna say that to him. I'm gonna see his face.
Just be prepared to duck.
I think I can take him. I think I can take him now. I really think I can take him.
So that was definitely a thing. The other thing I'll say that really stands out in my life was when I've been laid off a lot. I feel like God has used my job and my money in my life to work on me, to teach me lessons and to, forbearance, persistence, having a good attitude, about things. And, I've been like really high in the career and then just boop, drop back down, and humbled. And it's taught me a lot about myself. I've learned that I'm actually really strong. I can do all things, through Christ. And I've had to stop looking at those tests as like negative things. I had to stop looking at it like, oh man, like why is this happening to me? And say instead, okay, why is this happening for me? Because there's something here that I'm going to learn about myself, about the world that's going to help me to get to the next level. And now I can say this with all sincerity. Anytime anything goes wrong in my life, because it's not really wrong, right? It's right. It may not feel right, but it's setting me up for something. I look to see what's coming down the pike. That's the way that I look at anything that seems to go left in my life. Is like, oh, word, this thing went bad. Something great's coming around the corner. It's got to be, because like for every left there's a right, for every up there's a down. You know what I'm saying? Like for everything there's a reaction. It's like, let me make sure that I embrace the situation that I'm in right now, get as much as I can out of it, and be ready with hands, you know what I'm saying, like wide open for the blessing that's coming. It's like being in the gym. It's like it hurts when you're there under that weight, and you're like, this is so painful. but you grow from it and you become stronger. And I don't know, it's like life is a gym. We're just constantly in the
Mhm.
gym. We're constantly doing sets. How you going to be mad? You know what I'm saying? You want to be strong and you want to be tough, but you don't want the pain of, working out and shredding your muscles, like literally ripping your muscles. Like you have to stop seeing it as this thing that I don't want to go through that. I don't want the pain. I don't want to be disciplined. I don't want all that. No, embrace it. Look forward to it. Yo, it's leg day.
Bro, I was literally just thinking about leg day. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
It's leg
Funny.
day. Yo, that's a good one. It's leg day. You going through it? It's leg day. You just got laid off from your job? It's leg day. You know what I'm saying? Like you got an issue with a relationship. All right, well, today we doing back. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to learn how to put some stuff on your
You know what?
back.
Leg day for people is journaling. Journaling is leg day. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't have time.
Do
Too
it.
much pressure. It's too much pressure. Just do it. You gotta do leg day. It's good for circulation, people. Come on, get it together.
Then you can stand on it. Yeah. Those are probably the two biggest things: communication and negative experiences, seeing the positive in them.
And what's all right, so you say negative experiences, but uh, so everyone has their own what they comfort level. So everyone's comfort level is very different in when they see a negative experience, right? So um say laid off, you brought that up. You and I share that. It's not something I want to share with someone, but you and I share that same experience of being laid off multiple times. Um, to someone, right? Certain people would say being laid off once, just once.
Mm.
Oh my God, that's the end of the world.
Yeah.
You hear these stories, jumping out of a window, whatever it may be. I'm not making a light point on suicide, by the
It
way.
happens.
It happens. First layoff, done. Been laid off multiple times. Am I
Mm.
sad some days? Yes. Do I want to cry some days? Absolutely.
Mm.
But I dust myself off, figure it out. So again, back to the point of, different comfort levels of, well, this is a tough situation I'm in, but let's keep my hands open to the blessings, like you were saying. What's something someone can actually practice to say, while I'm going through this one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, whatever it may be of this darkness or this storm, right? Weather the storm.
Mm.
While I'm going through this storm, what can I do to better myself? What can I do to uplift myself?
Sure.
Because this, don't think that someone's waiting to lift you up. Everyone's got their own issues. So if your friend, your best friend, your family member, your parent, your guardian, your sibling isn't there for you to lift you up,
Mm.
they might be going through it also. So don't always think that someone's going to be there for you all the time. You're going to have to learn to lift yourself up. So what's some practices that people can put, excuse me, again, sorry, put in place, practices that people can put in place to say, all right, let me get myself out of this and do my leg day or
Yeah.
go through the pain of the gym and working out so that a month from now, when I look back 30 days, 45 days from now, I can look back and say, oh wow, look at all the work I put into myself and look at the results.
Here's what I think the issue is with people. I think the issue is identity. I think people they're if you get laid off from your job and you think the world is falling apart, that means that your identity is wrapped up in your job. That means that your identity might be wrapped up in your ability to provide for your family. If your identity is wrapped up in those things and what you do, then you don't really have self-worth. Because actual self-worth can't be taken away from you. No one can take away. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how much money I make. It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like what I do in life. If I never do anything ever again, like I'm an amazing human being. Like no one can take that away from me. So if you fire me from my job, like I'm not tripping. It's like your loss. I'm gonna go someplace else and be awesome. If I've had to tell my wife I don't have a job anymore. Like I've had to do that like, multiple times. Like at this point, we're just like, it's great. What's next? You know? So what I would say to people is start to develop some real genuine solid self-worth. Start to really understand what it is that you love about yourself and appreciate about yourself first. Understand what you're good at and the value that you're able to provide, not just in a job. You know what I'm saying? Like what's special about you? What does your mom think about you that she loves so much? Maybe not you, but I'm sorry. Walked into that one. I love you, man. But what is it about you that is special and unique to you? And it's usually something you got to go back to your childhood. And it's like, what did you love to do? Who were you before the world just stamped all of that stuff out of you and told you, well, this is what you're going to be? I say, who were you before the world told you who you're going to be? Who I am today at 42, about to be 43, is so much closer to like the kid version of me now than in most of my late 20s and almost all of my 30s.
Do you mean then like the creative aspect, or
being understanding that there's worth in my ability to create? I am a creative being. I love just creating stuff, and I find so much joy in that. And I had to realize that, you know what? It doesn't matter that I don't have a college degree. It doesn't matter that I didn't follow traditional routes and things like that. I still matter, and what I'm able to bring into the world still matters, and I just need to embrace that. I used to have a fear of people not evaluating me and what I do because I didn't have certain credentials. I was like, well, what do the credentials actually mean? Like, God credentialed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just show up. I'm here, and it's good. I used to say, in music, we used to say, if it sounds good, it is good. What chord is that? I don't know what chord it is. What key? What no? Who cares? Does it sound good? Does it make you move? Great. Print it. If you cook some food and you don't have a recipe for it, if the dish is amazing, the dish is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to accept that who you are and all the awesomeness that's inside of you, like, it actually is real. It actually means something. It actually matters. And you don't have to tie your worth up in other things outside of yourself. Nothing. So if you get laid off from a job, you're not going to jump off of a building because you're like, why would I waste all of this awesomeness? Why would I throw it away? So do that. I'm a Christian, so I'm always going to say Jesus. I think that the Bible does a fantastic job of like showing you that worth. It like puts that worth on display. It's like a mirror for you to read and understand that you were made in a perfect image. And if that doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. But you need to figure out how to see inside of yourself and see all that awesome stuff and say, why would I care what anybody else thinks about me? I don't care. I'm me. That's why my friend used to, I'll just say this last thing. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I have a friend, and he said, Fenton thinks that he's God's gift to women. And I absolutely don't. Anyone who knows me knows that I am not that guy. I'm the furthest thing from a Lothario. I have literally never asked a woman for her phone number in my entire life. Not even my wife. That just came about.
Well, that means you're God's gift then, because you're just getting these numbers for no reason.
No. It's not. It's not that. And I'm definitely not trying to spin it. You know what I'm saying? Like through some slide to say I am. What I'm saying is, I'm confident in who I am. That's what it is. And when people who are insecure see a confident person, they say, well, they're arrogant.
Yes.
Oh, they think
cocky,
they're,
cocky, arrogant.
It's like they think they're everything. It's like, no. You're insecure. I'm not insecure. Regardless, I'm overweight. I'm heavier than I want to be. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm listing things out for people so that they understand. I'm overweight. For my standards, I'm not 6 feet tall. I'm 5'10" 3/4. I never made it to 6 feet, right? Yeah, I got to count the 3/4 because I'm trying to get to 6 feet. I never made it to 6 feet. There are things about me that I would change. My arms are like really long. I don't understand why. They kind of like hang to the ground, kind of like orangutan. I got long arms. I have a short torso, right? When I sit down, I'm probably taller than most people. But when I sit next to you, I'm shorter than you because I have a short torso and long legs. Right? I'm telling you, I stand up and people are like, oh, you're so much taller than I thought you were. Yeah, because my torso is like 6 inches. Anyway, all that to say, by other people's standards,
You're a beautiful man still, Fenton.
I appreciate you, and I know that. Thank you. Um, by other people's standards, by exterior standards, there may be things about me that somebody may be like, oh, he's not this, he's not that. There are things about me that I see that I would change. Yet and still, I love me. Yet and still, I think I'm handsome. I feel like I go get a modeling contract tomorrow, today, this afternoon. After I pick up my kid, I go
Didn't
to the
you
agency.
use the model?
No, I didn't used to model, but
When you had the dreads,
I I
you
feel
had
like
some shots taken, you had the glamour shots.
I never had glamour shots. I've been doing photography for a long time and being in a band. You do all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, I've embraced who I am. I've accepted that I'm never going to be 6 feet, but I'm going to stand tall. I've accepted that there's times when I'm overweight, but I'm still going to dress up and put on clothes that make me feel good so I can walk down the street and feel confident.
Mhm.
I've accepted my short torso, but when I get up, what I'm saying, I stand up tall. Or how about this? When I'm sitting down and I feel shorter than everybody else, my personality shines and I can still command a room. I'm saying? I can still hold court. Whatever it is that I might view as a negative about myself, I turn it into a positive. And for everything I've been saying for the last 5 minutes, I just want people to get this from it. Like, who you are is who you are, and you have to learn to embrace it. You can change stuff tomorrow, but today, it's like that's where you are. Like, if I make $1 million, I've never had $1 million year in revenue. Hasn't happened yet. I'm happy today with the money that I'm making today. I'm happy this year. I'm not wasting my time saying, I didn't reach my goals yet. I'm not there yet. I didn't get the Porsche yet. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. I don't have that yet. I look at what I have and I'm like, I'm happily married. My wife loves me.
Mhm.
I got 2 beautiful kids. Come on. Blessed. Beautiful family. I got my health. Like, I'm Gucci. What more do I want? Anything else is just icing on the cake, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you're obsessed with being content and appreciating what you have and being grateful for what you have, you start to not think as much about what you don't have or the things that could change.
Correct.
And that's what I want for everybody, is to just be like happy where you're at today.
Beautiful way to wrap that up.
I got nothing else.
Thanks for holding the show today. The more I talk, the more itchier my throat feels, and I was muting the mic, bro. I was coughing up a lung just now.
I'll hear it when I play it back.
No. I kept muting the mic. I had to mute the mic, man. Thanks.
Well, thanks for letting me talk. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I clearly had something to say today.
Yeah, and thanks for enjoying the content.
Topic? Yeah,
The
no.
topic. There you go. The topic. My brain's in a fog. I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. My brain's in a fog, yo. I'm allowed to be sick. I get sick once every like 5 years. And it hurts.
Being sick. Well, listen, let's.
It hurts.
The topic of the day is, say it again. I want to say it the exact way you said it before.
The exact way I said it. Again, I text myself this stuff.
No, it's all good.
So when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
So, one of the criticisms that I have of society today, and social media in particular has contributed to this, is that everything has to be great all the time. And it's like, we're not great all the time. We're not. Like, Ken has 4 kids. Let's start with the wife, because we always tend to put the kids first. Like, Ken is a married man, right? And on top of that, he has 4 kids. 4, so you can see it in there. I've got 2, he's got 4. It's crazy town. Like, if you don't have kids, if you're not married, like, you don't understand. Like, it's crazy town. The fact that we're even here able to do this during the day is a miracle. When you get sick, like, you're a zombie. Like, your life basically falls apart. It's like how you're able to go to work, how you're able to make sure that these kids stay alive, these other human beings even stay alive. It's beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there have definitely been days for me, I know, when I've been sick and I got the baby and I'm just like, just don't open the door. Don't try to cook anything. You know, she's like 2 years old. I'm like, don't burn the place down because I don't know if I'm able to take care of you today. You know, not literally, but that's how you feel inside. And it's like, and then you're supposed to go online and be all like perky and write some motivational quote on your LinkedIn and be like, everything's great. It's like, it's not great. Like, it sucks. I feel horrible. I just want to sleep. Leave me alone. You know, that's why I wrote the other day. I was like, I didn't get anything done today because I was taking care of my kid, and it is what it is. And you should be allowed to like respond to stuff in 24 to 48 hours, and that should be totally reasonable. And just act like everything's cool. It's like, hey, Fenton, how you doing? It's like, oh, everything's great. It's like, meanwhile, I'm on the other end of that phone texting, and I'm like, there's like pus coming out of my eyes and my ears. Like, stop it.
A lot of congestion right over here.
Come on. And a lot of people faking the funk anyway. It's like, oh, like everything's great. It's like, people aren't making as much money as they say, as they pretend that they're making. Their business isn't doing as well as they think they're going. They're on shaky ground on their 9 to 5, about to get fired. Probably got like 3 warning letters. They're looking for another job as they listen to this because they're not working. They're listening to us. Their relationship is on the rocks. You know what I'm saying? They're sleeping in different bedrooms. Like, but everybody's using filters, you know, with little sparkles coming down from the sky, you know, and giving themselves elf ears like everything's great. It's not great. It's not. Stop it. So be sick, take your Diamond Tap, and go lay down.
I'm more of a Mucinex kind of guy.
Mucinex. They have better commercials. I don't even think Diamond Tap has commercials.
None of it's working anyway. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't work.
It's
all placebo.
Shoveling didn't help last night either.
Like, everything's great. It's like, you're not okay. Just say you're not okay. You're not burdening anybody if you say you're not okay. I think some of the best performing posts that I've had on social media is the ones where I'm like, I'm not okay. It's like,
people can relate.
Thank you for your transparency. Yeah, because everyone else is lying to you. My coffee's not hot anymore.
It's better off.
Microwave. I love you, man. Get some rest.
Love you too, bro.
That's it. Folks. Y'all like, subscribe, share this with somebody on their personal development journey who needs to stop faking the funk and has a short torso. And we'll see you next week.